Okay, folks, buckle up, because today we are diving deep into some seriously juicy crypto news.
Juicy is right. This is big.
We're talking potential for seismic shifts in the crypto landscape, all thanks to, you guessed it, Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's back in the headlines, and this time it's about a potential executive order that could make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world.
Bold statement, right?
Aren't you bold?
So to get into the nitty-gritty, we're taking a close look at an article titled Texto Colado.
All right, let's break it down.
This article outlines what this executive order might contain, and believe me, it's a doozy. We're talking strategic Bitcoin reserves, a potential boost for American-made crypto projects.
This is way more than just a little tweak to the system.
Right, this could completely redefine America's role in the global crypto game.
It's fascinating because it's such a stark contrast to what we saw from the previous administration.
Yeah, we had crackdowns on major exchanges like Binance and Ripple.
Right. Huge platforms for trading crypto, and they were facing some serious heat.
And now we might be looking at a complete 180, a total shift in attitude from the U.S. government.
It's almost like they're saying, hey, crypto, we see you and we want in.
So instead of shutting the door, they might be rolling out the red carpet.
Exactly. And the article lays out some pretty significant potential changes.
Like, what are we talking about specifically?
Well, one of the key elements is the potential creation of a dedicated crypto advisory council.
So basically a team of experts to help shape crypto policy.
Exactly. They'd be advising the government on all things crypto, helping to navigate this complex world.
Makes sense because, let's be honest, crypto can be pretty confusing even for those of us who follow it closely.
Absolutely. And the government needs to be up to speed if they're serious about making the U.S. a crypto hub.
And it's not just about creating this council. The executive order could also require every single government agency to review their stance on crypto. We're talking the SEC, the IRS, everyone.
Everyone needs to get on the same page and come up with a more unified approach.
Because right now it feels like everyone's playing by different rules.
Yeah. It's a patchwork system, and that's not good for anyone. It creates uncertainty, stifles innovation.
And it makes it really hard for everyday people to understand how to engage with crypto safely and legally.
Exactly. So this push for a more cohesive approach is definitely a positive step.
But of all the things outlined in the article, there's one that really caught my eye: the idea of a strategic Bitcoin reserve.
Now that's where things get really interesting.
Seriously, I need you to explain this to me like I'm 5 because I'm having trouble wrapping my head around it.
Okay, so imagine Fort Knox, but instead of gold bars, it's filled with Bitcoin.
So basically, a giant vault of digital gold.
Pretty much. The U.S. government reportedly has about $20 billion worth of Bitcoin just sitting there.
Wait, really? Where did they get all that Bitcoin?
Mostly from seizures and criminal investigations, like when they bust a drug ring or a cybercrime operation and find a bunch of Bitcoin.
Oh, wow. So they've been quietly amassing this huge Bitcoin stash.
Yep, and now the idea is to treat this Bitcoin like a national reserve, similar to how countries hold gold reserves.
Okay, so I get the reserve part, but I'm still not clear on the strategy here. Why would they do that?
There are a few potential reasons. First, it could act as a hedge against inflation.
Right, because gold is traditionally seen as a safe haven asset when things get shaky.
Exactly. And some believe Bitcoin could play a similar role, especially with all the concerns about inflation these days.
So it's like a safety net for the U.S. economy in case things go south.
In a way, yeah. It's a way to diversify their holdings and potentially protect themselves from economic volatility.
Interesting. And what about the national debt? Could this Bitcoin reserve help with that?
That's another potential goal. If the value of Bitcoin continues to rise, the government could theoretically sell some of its holdings to pay down debt.
So it's like a potential source of revenue to chip away at that massive debt number.
Exactly. And it's not just about inflation or debt. It's also about solidifying America's position in the digital economy.
Right, because like it or not, crypto is here to stay. It's becoming a bigger part of the global financial system every day.
Absolutely. And by establishing this Bitcoin reserve, the U.S. would be sending a strong signal that they're serious about being a leader in the crypto space.
But like saying, hey, world, we're all in on this digital future.
Exactly. And you know what's interesting? The crypto market is already buzzing about this news.
Oh, yeah. Bitcoin's price shot back above $100,000 when these rumors started circulating.
The market loves speculation, and this potential executive order is definitely fueling some serious speculation.
And it's not just the numbers, we're seeing optimism from industry leaders, too.
Yeah, folks like Carl Calvert from Coinbase have come out saying this could be a game changer for the U.S.
Coinbase is one of the biggest crypto exchanges out there, so when they speak, people listen.
For sure. And they're saying clearer regulations could make the U.S. a magnet for investment and innovation.
It's like opening the floodgates for startups and entrepreneurs who want to build the next big thing in crypto.
Exactly. And not only would this be a boon for the industry, it could also make things easier for everyday people who want to use crypto.
Because right now it can feel like navigating a minefield with all the different regulations and uncertainty.
It's a barrier to entry for a lot of people, so simplifying things would be a huge win for adoption.
Okay, so we've got a potential Bitcoin reserve, a push for clearer regulations, and a more unified government approach.
But there's one more piece of the puzzle we need to discuss, the America First angle.
Right, the idea of prioritizing U.S.-founded crypto projects over global ones.
Exactly. We're talking about potentially giving an edge to projects like Solana USD Coin, even Ripple's XRP.
All homegrown American crypto projects with the potential to become major players on the world stage.
And this America First approach could really fuel innovation in the blockchain and crypto sectors.
It's about fostering American ingenuity
Right.
and giving U.S. companies a leg up in the global race for crypto dominance.
But of course, we have to consider the potential downsides too.
Right, because this kind of protectionist approach could create tension in the global crypto community.
It's a valid concern. Would it lead to a more fragmented crypto world with different countries backing their own champions?
Or could it actually spur more competition and drive innovation on a global scale?
It's hard to say for sure, but it's a question worth considering.
It's a delicate balance between promoting American interests and fostering a healthy global crypto ecosystem.
Exactly. And finding that balance is going to be crucial as the U.S. figures out its role in the crypto future.
Okay, so lots of potential upsides here, but let's be realistic. There have to be some challenges too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
No major shift like this comes without its hurdles.
What are some of the biggest obstacles they'd need to overcome?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is finding that sweet spot between fostering innovation and protecting consumers.
Right, because you don't want to stifle creativity with too many rules, but you also don't want people getting scammed or losing their shirts.
Exactly. It's a tightrope walk, and regulators are going to need to be very careful.
And then there are the practical questions about the Bitcoin reserve itself.
Like, how do you actually manage a reserve of this size and complexity?
And how do you ensure its stability?
Right, because Bitcoin is notoriously volatile.
Exactly. 1 minute it's soaring, the next it's plummeting.
So how do you manage that volatility and protect the value of the reserve?
And perhaps most importantly, how do you ensure all these changes actually benefit the broader U.S. economy?
Right. It can't just be about making a few crypto companies rich. This has to be about creating jobs, driving economic growth, and making life better for everyday Americans.
So much to think about. This potential executive order is like a giant can of worms.
It really is. It raises so many questions, and the answers are far from clear.
But one thing's for sure, this conversation is just getting started.
Absolutely. Even if this specific executive order never sees the light of day, the fact that it's being discussed at such a high level is significant.
It shows that the U.S. is taking crypto seriously and grappling with its role in this rapidly evolving landscape.
And the decisions they make in the coming months could have ripple effects for years to come.
It's a pivotal moment for the U.S. and for the future of crypto.
No doubt about it. This is a story we'll be following closely.
And on that note, we've got a final thought for you, our listeners, to ponder.
All right, let's hear it.
What if the U.S. does go all in on crypto?
What if they fully embrace this technology and make it a cornerstone of their economic strategy?
How would the rest of the world react?
Would other countries scramble to keep up?
Could we see a global race to become the next crypto superpower?
It's a fascinating question and one that's worth exploring.
The crypto world is full of possibilities, and the U.S. is at a crossroads.
The decisions they make will have consequences that extend far beyond their borders.
So stay tuned, folks. This is a story that's only just beginning.
We'll be back soon to keep you updated on all the latest developments in the world of crypto.
Until then, keep those digital wallets close and those minds open.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.